I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop, and today we're making another fast and easy fat quarter quilt. To make the Wonky Block Quilt, you need 10 fat quarters, you want 8 darker fat quarters and 2 lighter fat quarters, and a Creative Grids 10.5-inch square ruler. So go to your stash, grab your favorite fabric collection so we can make this quilt. Today we are using the Tiny Christmas collection by Lizzy House for Moda fabrics. To make the Wonky Block Quilt, you're going to watch this video. There is no pattern to download, but it's super easy, so follow along and let's get sewing. We're going to be making 16 blocks today. From your 2 light fat quarters, you're going to cut 8 5.5-inch squares. And this quilt, we're going to be trimming down, so if your cuts are not 100% perfect, it's going to be okay. From one of the strips, you're going to cut 2 squares, 5.5 inches. From the other 2 strips, you're going to cut 3 5.5-inch squares from each strip. When you're done cutting your 2 light fat quarters, you should have 16 squares that are 5.5 inches square, 8 from each fabric. Now you're going to have 8 more fat quarters. They should be fun and bright, and we have this fabric which is totally scrappy. We're not going to pay attention to the direction of the fabric, we're just going to cut it. I'm going to first cut 4 strips that are 3.5 inches by width of fabric. Okay, we're not going to use this piece. Then I'm going to stack all 4 of these strips together, and we're going to be trimming our blocks down so they don't have to be cut perfectly. Now we're going to line up the 4 strips, straighten one edge. From this strip set, you're going to cut a 5.5-inch rectangle and an 11.5-inch rectangle. You will have 4 3.5 by 5.5-inch rectangles and 4 3.5 by 11.5-inch rectangles from each of the fat quarters. Since you're using 8 fat quarters for this step, you will have a total of 32 and 32. So now we're going to put this block together. I'm going to sew these together, press to the red, sew these together, press to the red, and I'll show you right after I sew it what it looks like. So here's your block, and like I said at the beginning, it does not have to be perfectly square or anything, so I didn't use pins, I just sewed it together because we're going to trim it down. So then you're going to take your Creative Grids 10.5-inch square ruler, place it in the center, and just twist. And you want to twist it to where each of the 4 points hits the outside of your square. From here, we're going to trim, so I'll trim 2 sides. This block is so fun. You're going to be making for this quilt a total of 16 blocks. Now once you've finished your blocks, you will need 1/2 yard of binding and 2 7/8 yard of backing. Put all your blocks together. We lined ours up 4 by 4, which gave us a 40-inch square quilt, and this is how it looks all quilted and bound. If you like the Wonky Block Quilt, make sure you check out our other videos under the Fast and Easy Fat Quarter Quilts playlist on this YouTube channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.